we're not gonna settle. We're not gonna settle because your claims are bull.
So Logan Paul said he wouldn't settle, but now his drink is collapsing fast. Some reports estimate Prime's global revenue has dropped by over 70%, and the billion-dollar dream that this guy had has been buried under discount shelves and extremely toxic headlines. This brand isn't just falling off, this is crashing this guy's entire empire.
And the marketing that this was a limited supply product that everyone needed to try, even creating some sort of underground black market in the UK for kids.
Local families we talked to said the craze sparked a secondhand market in some schools, with students reselling single bottles for a profit.
Maybe young children might feel like, because it's colourful, you know, it's bright, they might think, oh yeah, that looks so cool.
I just think it's because famous people are like,
yeah, the influencers.
Yeah, like influencing it, and like everyone believes them.
Prime launched like an absolute weapon. It wasn't just a drink, right? It was literally clout in a bottle. Some students were even flipping bottles at school for profit, turning Prime into some temporary clout economy. Prime bottles were being resold in UK schoolyards, with news outlets even calling it a full underground market. And Logan Paul, he smelled legacy here.
When do you guys just say fuck it and just...
The honest answer? When we both hit that B.
I'm out this bitch when I hit that B.
I'm out.
And you're gonna see it unhinged, unfiltered.
Yo, I can't wait, Jay.
The plan was extremely simple. Disrupt Gatorade, sell hype, not hydration, then flip the brand to Coke or Pepsi for billions of dollars. And it actually worked until people tasted the damn drink. Here it reads, recently released information to Company House show that Prime's turnover dropped from 112 million to 38 million, down 70% year after year, while net profits sank from 3.72 million to 312,000, down 90%. Also, it says here, as of June 2024, Prime sales in the US were down 40% from the previous year. Basically, these numbers are absolutely brutal. Some outlets have reported steep global declines, estimated over 70% through official revenue data hasn't been released, but 70% drop in the UK alone. Also, a $67 million lawsuit from their bottler, a $13 million lawsuit from their supplier, and while the hype collapsed, Prime's legal issues absolutely exploded. Now here it says Refresco, one of the largest bottlers in the US, said the agreement with Prime stated the trendy beverage company would produce 55 million cases of Prime over a 3-year period. If the beverage brand failed to purchase 90% of the bottles each year, according to the lawsuit, it would have to pay fees for every case it did not buy, which is where this $67.7 million lawsuit thing is coming from. Also, if we continue, another vendor, Agravana, also sued Prime last year. The Massachusetts-based importer, which provides Prime with ingredients, accused the beverage brand of not paying for its products it had ordered in binding purchase agreements. Here's also a clip explaining a little bit more.
Prime Energy has 200 milligrams of caffeine per can, but lawsuits say some cans may actually contain more, and the branding is so similar to Prime Hydration that kids might think it's the same drink.
Basically, Prime promised to be clean, healthy, and next gen, but instead they're getting hit for lying about their caffeine levels, using branding without permission, and a lawsuit that alleges Prime contains trace levels of forever chemicals, though Logan Paul has publicly denied this.
The plaintiffs say Prime Energy is basically serving up toxic juice to kids, and Prime response, nuh-uh. This case is still active though, so we'll see. High caffeine class action, $5 to $10 million.
This morning, New York Senator Chuck Schumer is calling on the FDA to investigate the energy drink Prime, which he says is being marketed to children and contains the caffeine equivalent of 6 cans of Coca-Cola.
When a US senator is demanding an FDA investigation into your drink, you're not a hydration brand anymore, you're in an absolute PR crisis. And I don't know about that billion-dollar goal anymore, Logan.
Now, of course, Logan's trying to clean up the mess by playing the role of hydration chemist. He's been posting videos in production facilities like, look guys, we test every batch, third-party certified, FDA regulated, world-class scientists. Yeah, like trust me bro, this drink is not safe for kids.
So Logan Paul is scrambling now, talking about FDA approval, trying to debunk lawsuits on TikTok like he's Dr. Oz with a camera crew.
We're not gonna settle. We're not gonna settle because your claims are bull.
But most of the damage is already done here. He built Prime on the trust of his and KSI's audience, and now it seems like this trust is rotting faster than the bottles in Walmart clearance bins. Now here's the truth. Prime was never built to last. It was built to exit. Logan Paul wanted this to be a big flip, a big buyout, and Logan's just gone forever. But unlike Body Armor, who grew for 7 years before getting acquired, Prime essentially faked its growth with influencer hype and TikTok spam and really odd marketing. And now that the kids have basically moved on, there's no more loyalty, there's no more base, and there's no more future. And Design Rush basically said this: Prime didn't just lose sales, it lost its audience. Prime scaled on hype, not loyalty, and it absolutely paid the price. If your brand can't survive beyond attention, it's not built to last. And that seems like exactly what Prime was built on. Hype without a loyal customer base.
Ooh, smells a bit high. What is that flavour you got there?
Tropical punch, it says.
Oh, Jesus.
Loosely. You've just
It's like-
come from the Maldives. How tropical
it's
is
like
that?
swallowing perfume. What is that?
It literally just tastes like regret, and it's marketed to kids, which was okay in the beginning, but now even the kids don't want it. Prime at this point is now basically just a brand without buyers. Retailers aren't restocking anymore because no one's buying the drink. Distributors are literally suing the company. Even Logan Paul's fans are buying less and less of the drink and less of him as a person, to be honest with you.
You can't sell what nobody wants. If Prime's sitting on shelves longer than Logan Paul's apology tweets, that's bad news for business. And their new customer growth basically flatlined. Outside of Logan Paul and KSI's social media, where's the marketing? When's the last time you saw a Prime commercial?
Like compared to, you know, all our competitors, we're just destroying them
by doing the wackiest shit though.
Yeah, like
we got in Prime mascot costumes and shadow box,
bro. You know, when you ever gonna see what Gatorade do that, or Powerade, or these other competitors?
Look, realistically, like, you can't destroy Gatorade when you can't even pay your bottler. You can't scale a business when your customers grew up and basically just move on at this point. Look, at this point, right, Prime isn't just falling apart. It is absolutely proof that influencer brands simply built on hype and not actual value are always going to collapse, no matter how big you are. You could be Mr. Beast with 400 million subscribers, you could be Logan Paul, KSI, who maybe don't have the best reputation, but still have huge followings of millions and millions of kids that no doubt you could literally shove anything in their face. As long as it's marketed by them, they're gonna 100% buy it. Even considering that, right, it doesn't matter how big you are, if your product or service that you're offering isn't good, there is no chance it's going to survive long term. And there's no chance that you're going to be able to sell it to a huge company like Coca-Cola or Pepsi, because they're not stupid, right? These are corporate giants. They see right through your BS, they see right through your marketing, they know the product is terrible and that there's no longevity in it, and that's exactly why this product is going to fail and has already failed, as you can see right here. Logan Paul wanted this to be a $1 billion exit. Instead, he's basically holding a half-dead drink and a stack of lawsuits taller than his ego. And the worst part, right? Prime is absolutely not the only one that's done this. I mean, seriously, when you're walking the streets, do you ever see someone drinking a bottle of Prime? Maybe a few years ago you might have, but absolutely not anymore. But the real competitors like Gatorade and Powerade, you see people drinking them all the time, and that's because there's actual value in their drinks. Prime has already been dismantled so many times. Anyways, I'm so done with this whole Logan Paul Prime situation. Click the video on screen right now because YouTube thinks you'll enjoy it, and I'll see you all over there. Subscribe.